Why hello there beautiful people, welcome back to Crayniaq Gaming and welcome to the Dallas Mavericks MyLeague series here on NBA 2K20. If you didn't see the MyLeague reveal, yes I am going to be doing the Dallas Mavericks in this series. And I know in the past none of my MyLeague or none of my NBA 2K series in general have lasted very long just because I lost interest in the game very quickly, but we're going to try to avoid that this year and hopefully I'm able to make it through the entire season at very least until the next 2K game comes out. But it really depends on viewership, I would say. It depends on my enjoyment for the game. As of right now, I'm probably going to shoot for 2 episodes a week of this series. But if you guys want to see more than that, make sure you guys smash that like button, hit the sub button if you're new as well, and make sure you hit that notification bell to join the notification gang. And let's get this rolling, ladies and gentlemen. So why did I choose the Mavericks over other teams that I was thinking about, like the Pelicans, the Grizzlies, the Knicks, and the Bulls, and even starting an expansion team? Now, the Mavericks, they're an interesting team. They have a lot of young talent, which we'll get to in just a moment. But since they won the championship in 2011, they've made the playoffs 4 times, but have never gotten out of the first round. And the past 3 seasons, they've missed the playoffs altogether. So obviously, I'm not going to try to sandbag games. I'm going to try to win as many games as possible. I'm only going to be playing a fraction of the 82 games in the season, obviously, because, playing all 82 games in any MyLeague series is just, it's impractical straight up. So what I'm going to do is I'll play 1 game for the month of October, since there are only 4 games in October for most teams anyways. And then after that, I'll play about 3 or 4 games per month. I'll probably do 1 game of video. I was going to do 3, but for my editing style, I prefer to edit the entire game and have that be the video. So if you guys want to join in on voting for which games I play, then make sure you guys join the Discord server. The link's going to be in the description below. And just a little plug for a few of my friends. Now, I didn't pick the Knicks or Pelicans, which might have disappointed a few people, but a few of my friends are doing my leagues with both of those respective teams. Go check out Franchise Gaming, FG. He's a huge supporter of this channel. Has definitely helped me out a lot. And he's actually doing a little Madison Square Garden rebuild where he's also using the Rangers in NHL 20. So make sure you go sub to Franchise Gaming. The link's going to be in the description below. Also, go check out ROYALNPOISON, aka RNP. He's going to be doing a Pelicans MyLeague. So make sure you guys check that out. The link to his channel is going to be in the description below. And without further ado, let's introduce you guys to the 2019 Dallas Mavericks. So again, this team coming off a 33-49 season, their 3rd straight season missing the playoffs. But if they want to make it back, they're going to have to put it into the hands of the defending Rookie of the Year, Luka Doncic. He had an amazing rookie year, as you see, 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. He's a very good all-around player for the most part. He's going to have to continue to develop going into his 2nd season, but I think he has a very bright future ahead of him. We'll just have to see what he does in year 2. Now, joining him, finally, coming off of his ACL tear, is Kristaps Porzingis. Even though he's not a Knick anymore, he's still one of my favorite players. And I hope he's able to recover from his ACL tear and go back to being the force that he was at the beginning of the 17-18 season. He has plenty of talent around him. He just has to execute, just has to play hard, and of course stay healthy. And I think he could be a big-time contributor for our Mavericks. Next up, we got Tim Hardaway Jr., who to me has always been like a fringe all-star guy. Like, he's not quite an all-star, but he's definitely a very good contributor, very good offensive scorer, shoots the 3 ball pretty well as well, and he'll probably end up being the 6th man. You'll see why in just a moment. Next guy we're going to talk about is Dwight Powell, out of Stanford, into his 6th year in the NBA. He's always been a pretty solid contributor for the Mavericks and can move between power forward and center. Now, he's not going to start right away. The guy who I'm going to talk about next is going to be the starter, but Powell will probably be a spot starter for us and a good matchup. Now we're going to talk about the big signing that the Mavericks had, literally the big one, Boban Marjanovic, the cult favorite. So many guys love Boban, myself included. And he's another 7'3" guy we put right next to Porzingis. And honestly, with Boban, I think it's going to be pretty tough for anybody to score on us inside. Boban's a great rebounder. He can block a shot or two as well, and is really good at putbacks. So Boban, definitely a good signing for our Mavericks. And now it's time to unveil one of the two big surprises on this Mavericks roster, and it is none other than Nelson Evans. Yes, Nelson Evans of the Sacramento State legacy, of course, coming off of a huge national championship victory, and of course, winning Most Outstanding Player as well in the NCAA tournament last year, is on the Dallas Mavericks. Now, he's a 77 overall, but as you see, he went undrafted. Well, ladies and gentlemen, pour yourselves a cup of coffee, have yourself a seat, and I'll explain it all to you right now. Sacramento State was on the highest of highs after their upset victory over Villanova in a season where they only lost one game, and many people were shocked by how well they played against some of the top teams in the NCAA. Well, sometimes when you are on top of the world, when everything is going well in your life, some of your haters will come out of the woodworks and try to do everything in their power to try to drag you down. And that's precisely what happened to Nelson Evans. Very shortly after winning the national championship and their return to Sacramento afterwards, rumors had started to come out about Nelson Evans allegedly physically abusing his ex-girlfriend. Now, everybody who knows Nelson Evans knows that he's not a very mild-mannered guy. He's usually very reserved, very laid-back, very humble. His playstyle reminds you of a Kevin Durant or Carmelo Anthony, but his temperament reminds you that of a Kawhi Leonard. Unfortunately for Evans, news of this alleged abuse started to reach out to some of the major media networks in the world. Evans vehemently denied any type of abuse towards his ex-girlfriend, and even teammates and close friends of Evans went to bat for him, telling the media that she was always a control freak, she was very narcissistic, always getting mad at him for staying later at practices, always getting mad at him for studying instead of spending time with her. And it got to a certain point to where it just was getting really ugly. They started having public shouting matches at one another, and it just really escalated. But Evans claims that he never put his hands on her. As a matter of fact, she's put his hands on him multiple times, but Evans was always raised not to put his hands on a woman. Shortly before leaving for the NCAA tournament, Evans broke up with her, and that's when the rumors started, really. But it only started to escalate once Sacramento State won the national championship in basketball. And it really just seems like this was a smear campaign on her part to try to get him to not be drafted, and it worked. So Nelson Evans, who was expected to be a lottery pick, ended up not getting picked at all because of his angry ex-girlfriend being a narcissist. Now, it was later found out that Evans did absolutely nothing wrong, but the damage was already done. His invites to the NBA Scouting Combine as well as the NBA Draft were both rescinded. No team wanted to bring him into their locker room because of his alleged domestic violence case, and it really seems like because of a lie, Evans' basketball career was pretty much over. It didn't come out until 2 days afterwards that his ex-girlfriend was lying, and of course now Evans is countersuing for defamation of character, and it really just sucks that Evans is missing out on millions of dollars because of a jealous ex-girlfriend. But then Mark Cuban decided to take a chance on him. He told the front office to do whatever they can to bring in Nelson Evans, and they did just that. They brought him in to their summer league team, and he absolutely shined, scoring 24 points per game, averaged a 50, 40, 90 over the course of the summer league, and ended up leading the Mavericks to winning the championship as well as being named Summer League MVP. So despite all of his trials and tribulations over the past few months, Nelson Evans is of course now a member of the Dallas Mavericks, and Coach Rick Carlisle has been so impressed with him over the course of training camp and of course in Summer League that Evans is currently listed as the starting shooting guard on the team. Of course, formerly a small forward for Sacramento State, but it's just a little too small for a small forward in the NBA, so he moved down to shooting guard, although he can play some small forward in a pinch in a good matchup. So now moving on, as you see, the Mavericks roster right now. They're very deep as far as point guard and shooting guard go, and even small forward, but the front court, we're just a little thin there. We only really have Boban, Porzingis, and Powell who can play. So I decided to make a trade. Courtney Lee and JJ Barea are going to be headed to the Atlanta Hawks in exchange for DeAndre Bembry and Damian Jones, just to add a little more depth there, and also to get rid of that ridiculous contract that Courtney Lee has. I mean, it's 1 year, 12 million, almost 13 million to sit on the bench. Nah, we had to clear that up. But clearing cap space and getting more front court depth wasn't the sole purpose of this trade. There was actually somebody that I really wanted to sign, and Lee's contract just wasn't allowing me to do that. Now, who could that somebody be? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that somebody is none other than Carmelo Anthony. Yep, I decided to sign Melo. And honestly, it makes a lot of sense. Outside of Doncic, I don't really have much depth at small forward or power forward for that matter. Melo can play both for the most part. He's more of a small forward, but can play power forward with a good matchup, like if LeBron's at power forward or something like that. Now, at age 35, Melo isn't what he once was and will never be what he once was ever again. But I still like him as a possible contributor off the bench. You know, mix him in with Tim Hardaway Jr., have him spell Doncic and Porzingis a little bit as well. And honestly, Melo is still one of my favorite players, and I think it's ridiculous that he still hasn't gotten a contract with an NBA team. He's still a lot better than so many of these other players who are on rosters right now. So I had to bring him in pretty much. So our starting five, at least for the first game, is going to be Brunson, Evans, Doncic, Porzingis, and Marjanovic. We'll switch it up from game to game as far as matchups go. And now it's my favorite time of beginning any of these my leagues, running a scrimmage. Now, the way I run my scrimmages is I do best of 21, win by at least 4. So after 21 points, if it's still within 3, then we got to get one more basket, or they got to get one more basket in order to win the game. So here we go, guys. The Ballers are the team that I'm controlling. The Ringers are all the 2s. So it's pretty much 1s versus 2s. Here's Nelson Evans moving from the wing, tries to lay it up, and no good. Welcome to the NBA rookie. Now here's DeLon Wright driving inside, and Porzingis just smacks the hell out of that ball. Melo goes back up with it, no good. Rebounded by Boban. And now later on, here's Evans in the corner. Evans actually kind of tailors his game after Melo's, so he's very similar in play style as he gives it to Doncic, who hits the 3. It's 3-0 ones. Now here's Damian Jones under the basket, passes it back to Melo. Melo gonna drive by Doncic, lays it up, and good. Melo looking pretty good so far in this game. Now here's Boban trying to get inside, passes back out to Porzingis in the corner, and he hits the corner 3, and the 1s lead 6-2. Now the 2s have the ball. Here's Wright driving inside, lays it up over the head of Porzingis, and good. So it's 6-4 1s. Here's Evans driving inside, lays it up, and Damian Jones blocks him. And now here's Hardaway in transition, gives it to Melo. Melo with a step back 2, no good, rebounded. And Wright goes back up with it. Porzingis gets there late, and the scrimmage is tied at 6 now. Evans going to pull up here, and he's able to get the 3 there. So Evans already looking good shooting the 3. 9-6 1s. Melo pulling up, no good. Rebounded by Jones, and Porzingis fouled him on there, but there are no fouls in this scrimmage, so that ends up being a block more or less. Now Wright tries to go up with it off the inbound, and Porzingis blocks it. And now the 1's in transition. Doncic with a pump fake, trying to cross over Melo. Lays it up over him, no good. Rebounded by Melo. Good defense there. So now the 1's. Here's Doncic laying it up over Melo, and it's good. And it's a 5-point lead for the 1's. So now Evans taking the ball up the court. Did that a few times in Sacramento State. He's going to lay it up right over Hardaway. And it's 13-6 1s. Now here's Boban. Backing the defender down. Puts up the hook shot, and he gets it. And now it's a 9-point lead for the 1s. So 2's trying to come back in this one. Melo misses a 3, though. And now Evans running the court in transition. Going to lay it up, and good. And now it's an 11-point lead. 4 points away from winning this one. Melo going to miss a shot there, rebounded, and the 1's take over now. 2's get the ball back. Melo going to miss a shot there, rebounded by Porzingis. He's going to push it up to Evans. Evan's going to drive in, lays it up, and he gets blocked. Evans just thought it was easy there, but it ain't never that easy. And then Hardaway going to pull up for a 3 to cut the lead down to 9. So the ones still 4 points away from winning. Step back 2, and Evans can't get it. Rebounded by Melo, and he's going to run the floor now. In transition, passes to Hardaway, lays it up over Brunson. No good, but he gets the rebound and puts it back in. So here's Brunson working against 2 defenders. Nice little 2-man game with him and Boban with a big dunk. And now one more basket, either a 2 or 3, and the ones win this one. So now Melo going to take it up the court. It's going to be stolen by Doncic, and Luka going to take it to the rack. Dunks it emphatically to end this one, and the ones win 21-11 over the 2s. As we put a little caption there just so you guys know what team is which. Nelson Evans, 7 points in this one, 3 for 7, made his only 3-point attempt, so he looked really good. Doncic, 7 points, 3 for 5 in the game. Boban, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Porzy, 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 blocks. And Brunson, just a rebound and an assist in this one, didn't even take a shot. So now we look at the 2s. Tim Hardaway Jr. leading them with 5 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. DeLon Wright, 4 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist in this one. Melo, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 1 turnover, went 1 for 9 in this game. And if he wants to get consistent playing time for this team, he's going to have to do a lot better than he did today. But moving forward, Dwight Powell, only a rebound in this game, and then Damian Jones, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 blocks. So now we take a look at the schedule. And again, I'm only going to be playing about 3 or 4 games per month. For November, I'm only going to play 3 because I'm going to play the first game of the season against Washington, and there are only 4 games in the month of October. So also, I'm going to look at playing one of these Knicks games, especially probably the away game, because that would be KP's first game in Madison Square Garden since the trade. So that's definitely a game I'm looking at. I'm also probably going to play the Lakers game as well. I'm looking at the Celtics maybe. Maybe I'll play the Warriors as well. We'll have to see about those games. Let me know in the comment section which games you're looking at as far as November goes that you'd be interested in me playing. I'm going to show you guys the rest of the schedule as I close out the video. Let me know if there are any games you're circling that you really want to see me play. If you want me to play your favorite team, let me know that in the comment section. And I'll probably put some straw polls out on Discord, so make sure you guys are a part of the Discord server as well. And now it's time to close the video out. So first and foremost, I want to give a huge shout out to all my current patrons: Franchise Gaming, Vita Productions, Zach Brader, Colin Mentor, and Joshua Fernald. I also want to give a big shout out to my Twitch subs as well. I haven't shouted either of them out yet, but a big shout out to C Codas, aka CK, and Schmitzy. So once again, guys, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the sub button if you're new as well. Also, click on the notification bell to join the notification gang. And if you guys like what I do in the channel and you want to support me in a more personal way, consider becoming a patron. The link to my Patreon page is going to be in the description, as well as all the links to my social media pages as well. Now, becoming a patron or being a donator or being a Twitch sub, they're never required for me to do what I do, but they definitely help me out exponentially. Even $1 a month on Patreon definitely helps me out so much, and I really appreciate every last person who comes out of their way, comes out of their pocket to support me and my dream. And if you guys want to go out and buy a Crayniaq Gaming t-shirt, or hell, even if you want to buy a Craygasm t-shirt, I still got plenty of those going around, then make sure you guys check out my Teespring page. It's usually the first link in all of my videos. It's probably not the first one here because I gave out shout outs in this one. But yeah, go buy a shirt, guys. You can buy mugs as well and stickers, so just go out and get some Crayniaq Gaming merch, guys. Appreciate the support as always. And make sure you guys come through to my Twitch as well. The link to my Twitch is going to be in the description below. Right now, I'm streaming Gears 6. Playing a lot of campaign. I'm probably going to play multiplayer once I'm done with the campaign, though. But it's always a good time at my stream, so definitely make sure you guys come through whenever I stream. But that's going to do it for me for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day and night whenever you're watching this. And like I always say, guys, no matter what happens, make sure you keep that mofo rolling. And I'm out of here. Deuces.
God, they tryna turn me to a monster. Every year I'm a conquer. Okay, see, I bring the thunder. Walking in humble, Ali Muhammad. Sting you like Bumble. Running with pride, 10 over. I still with bliss. I don't fumble blind.